Good evening. What's up, good people? How y'all doing out there? I'm Kris Gardner, owner, co-founder of the Houston Roundball Review. Been around since 1994. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all, if you're new to this, we are true to this here on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. We're going to talk Houston Rockets for a while. So let's get into it. Talk about the Rockets. Y'all hit me up here on YouTube, comments, stickers, all those wonderful things, trying to get high tech and fancy and discuss Rockets and contribute to the cause or support the channel, all that glorious stuff. But let's get right into it. If y'all did not attend today's Fan Fest over at Toyota Center, y'all missed some fun. There's a lot of fun, some dancing by the rookies. I think some of my colleagues, I think even Jonathan Fagan took a clip of it, maybe on his Twitter account. I didn't take pictures of it, but I saw it. And risk it right off the bat, I asked KPJ his thoughts on the rookies' dancing skills. And just listen to what KPJ had to say. Give you an idea of today's fun. So here we go.
I never in my life missed that many layups. So it was wide open layups. That's on me. Those is gonna go down. I'm not worried about it. My team's not worried about it. They know that it's just one of those days. So I'm gonna shoot them again every time.
What are your thoughts on the rookies dancing?
Horrible. I'm the best dancer, so I critique every dancer in here that's trying to dance. So, they don't got no gig. It's like, JG and Gov got something. They got some rhythm. If you got rhythm, that's half the battle. So, just at least know the beat and feel the beat.
I know the beat. That's all I can say. I'm not a great dancer. I'm a singer. I'm not a dancer. But we've got that. Looks like, is it Ulim? Ulim was there. So glad you were there. And I got there at a time for media availability. But man, oh man, I guess there were people lined up outside the building for gear, shirts. I wasn't really sure. Free stuff. I'll just leave it at that. Free Rockets merch, because there was a long line outside of Toyota Center while the players were shooting around, having having a skills contest inside, and having the lower section on one side was full of fans, Rocket fans, diehard fans. They had some ball tosses to the crowd. It was really cool. I enjoyed seeing the young Rocket fans just being so hyped and geeked, looking at now their favorite players, screaming and cheering for the Rocket players and asking / begging for them to come over and take a picture with them or sign something for them and all that kind of stuff. But it was good fun. So let's get into it. Rockets lost to the Spurs Friday night by a lot. Only had 14 turnovers against Spurs, though. 14 is not bad when you compare that 14 to 30 that they had against the Raptors earlier in the week. Yes, 30 turnovers. So 30 down to 14. Progress. Small steps forward. I already saw some folks last night on the channel, on the YouTube channel, touting about Coach Silas and his time with the Rockets should be cut short and he shouldn't be here and time for him to go and all those things. I hope you just saw and heard KPJ's comment at the beginning of his critique of the dancing skills. He missed a lot of layups. Well, if you're getting layups and you miss them, that's not on the coach. If you miss layups, it sounds like the offense worked. If you miss shots in the paint, that ain't on the coach. Okay? Now, I'm not a Stephen Silas fan. I don't beat the drum for any coach. It's not my job. But Stephen Silas, keep in mind, not too long ago, when he was assistant coach for Dallas under Rick Carlisle, the Mavs had What's the phrase? The highest rated offense in NBA history. Okay, that was with Luka. As of right now, the Rockets don't have a Luka on this team. So let's just see how things play out. KPJ said himself, he missed layups. That's on him. He missed so many layups, most layups he's missed in his basketball life. That's on him. That's not on Coach Silas. Jalen Green against the Raptors, 7 turnovers. 7. That ain't on Coach Silas. Jalen said point blank, the Raptors defense, he wasn't used to it. He was surprised by it. Well, that was only his third NBA preseason game. So he's got to grow into it, learn how teams are going to defend him, deal with the physicality of NBA basketball players, NBA defenders. This is a process. I'm waiting on KDC. What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. And I hope you got a chance, or if you haven't already, had a chance to listen to Alpi Sengun post-game through his translator. Alpi had a double-double. Let me throw this out there to the fans. Christian Wood had 19 and 19. Alpi had 15 and 12, something like that. A double-double from your starting front court. And the Rockets still lost by 28. Am I right? 28? Sandoval, I'm not sure. I'm not doing anything different. I don't know what's going on. Why are you saying you need to chime in on the StreamYards? What is it? I haven't done anything different tonight than previous shows. So, YouTube is doing anything different. Not that I know of. I haven't done anything different. So keep commenting here and let me know what's going on. But yeah, the Rockets' 3-point shooting was bad. Their shots in the paint was bad. They missed shots. A lot of them. All over the place. Inside, outside. But if C. Wood gets a double-double, Alpi gets a double-double, but the team still loses by 20 plus, you see where the Rockets' strength or dependence, they're going to rely on their backcourt. KPJ, Jalen got to come through. They got to deliver. And it does not help that Eric Gordon missed the game again with his ankle issue. Daniel Tice disrupting, missing the game with the knee. So the starting lineup, the usual starting lineup, which will probably be the lineup to start the year against Minnesota, start the season against Minnesota come Wednesday, will most likely be KPJ, Jalen Green. I'm going to say Jae'Sean Tate, Tice, and C. Wood. Haven't had to see that much this preseason. Eric Gordon come off the bench. EG says he'll be good to go come game against Minnesota. That's important. His production off the bench, his stabilizing the offense is important. The Rockets miss his leadership, his production. They're missing all of those things. So Ulam Sengun is not going to start yet unless Tice is injured. I think it's inevitable that Alpi is going to start at some point this season and definitely year two. Coach Silas said afterwards, after the Fan Fest, that what Alpi's doing is no longer a surprise. It's just, and he said post-game last night, you can go to the channel and check that out as well. It was good. He liked seeing how the Seawood Sengun tandem worked so well together. We're going to see more of that this season and in the future. So that's part of the process. But I think it's inevitable that Sengun is going to start. Just not, barring injury, Daniel Tice, just not immediately. Front runner, how you doing? Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for tuning in. Let's do Alpha G. It's going to happen. He would like to see Sengun start. Everybody, the majority of folks would like to see Sengun start. It's going to happen. I asked Christian Wood last night the question, and I'm going to keep promoting the channel because there's good content on the channel, that get his thoughts on pre-draft. Part of the scouting report on Alpi was he wasn't very athletic. And I asked what we thought about that. He said, yeah, that's not correct. Alpi is athletic. He does a lot of things well. So we're seeing Sengun's athleticism is, I guess it's a surprise only because we did not see him play a lot more at all in Turkey. But, you see him rotate smart. You see him blocking shots, help defense. You're seeing all these little things. He's athletic enough and he's smart. So his intelligence on the court makes up for any little bit of athleticism that he may lack. His basketball IQ covers the rest of that stuff. One of my concerns is the Rockets' free throw shooting is bad. And it's not just Christian Wood struggles. See Wood struggle at the line. What's the line? Y'all put it up. What was he? Preseason, like 7 for 25, 9 for 25, something very, very subpar. But as a team, the team is missing free throws. If the Rockets are going to struggle to shoot, make shots from the floor, they cannot struggle making free throws, because they struggle doing both. They're really going to struggle to win games this year. So I know it's preseason, but obviously you got to start making your free throws. Christian Wood said to me that come regular season, he'll make the free throws. Okay. The real game starting on Wednesday for the Rockets against Minnesota, road game. So they got to start making free throws. They got to shoot better from the three-point line. They got to shoot better in the paint. You got to finish through contact at the rim. All these things they got to do better. They got to do better in transition, offense and defense. One thing surprised me last night against the Spurs and disappointed me was, if y'all saw the game, Jae'Sean Tate giving up on a ball, not hustling down the floor, and watching DeJounte Murray race down and chase it, saving from going out of bounds, and rotate it in a layup for the Spurs. Come on, Jae'Sean. That's not you. That should never happen. It was a bad pass. See what turnover? Okay. Hustle your ass back down the floor, get the ball. If it's a backcourt violation, so what? You stop the Spurs from scoring in transition. Can't do that. That just can't happen. This team needs to play hard and compete all the time. That's a requirement for this team. This team is too young and too inexperienced to try to skate by and not hustle and bust their butts game in, game out. Can't happen. And from Jae'Sean Tate, he's got to be better than that. He's got to be a leader. He's got to lead by example. And that coasting, that's just not going to get it done. Silas is speaking the same way. He is. Trust me. Trust me on that. But, my doing it is to y'all, to this audience. Coach Silas is doing that same thing. So, and I've seen it this week, having a chance to go catch the end of practices. This team likes each other. This team has fun. The competitions at the game, after practice, at the end of practice, let me say, the shooting competitions, they're competitive, but they're fun. A lot of trash talking among all of them. Who can make the most threes, doing around the world competition. It's a lot of fun. Some of the stuff that I've seen so far is hilarious, but they like each other. So that's a start. Now they have to learn how to play well together, develop that trust on defense to know where you're supposed to be on defense and the rotations and how you're going to defend pick and roll, how you're going to defend certain personnel. All those little things take time. I'm going to beat my fans who are tuning in to the punch here. Who watched the game and listened to Ryan Hollins during the broadcast last night? How many times did he change the pronunciation of Alfie's last name or called Brother House a different name, first name than I'm accustomed to? Did y'all hear that same thing? First half, Ryan was calling. What was he calling Daniel House's first name? It wasn't Danwell. It wasn't really even Daniel. It was something else. And I was like, can y'all tell this man how to pronounce House's name and tell him in his ear how to do it? I was just like, come on, man. Danielle, KDC, you heard it, you saw it. So I'm not the only one. I was like, come on, man. He's working for the Rockets now. He's got to know how to pronounce his own players' names. Come on now. He's got to. Come on. Craig Ackerman. I wonder if his eyes rolling in his head, or if he could message Ryan, like, yo, man, write it down, the phonetic spelling, pronunciation for Ryan or something. And then he kind of struggled with Şengün's name too. And man, this is your own broadcast crew. I've got to be better than this. This is not a national broadcast team calling Rockets games. This is your broadcast crew. come on, that's not a good look. So based on what I heard last night, I think y'all, the fans who are not happy with Mr. Holland's performance, y'all have more ammunition to shoot and complain to the Rockets going forward. And y'all want to start the campaign, if it's true about that, the campaign for me taking over that job for next season, go ahead. Because I was like, man, come on. Really? But if y'all haven't heard more of the entire KPJ clips from FanFest, following FanFest, part of it, I got 2 more clips to play, and I'll probably play them a little bit later on in the show for any folks who are late arriving to this show tonight when we're talking Rockets. My man Brian Bearfield, Big Sarge, asked Scoot about, because I think y'all saw, if you don't follow Scoot on Twitter, he tweeted how much he loves Houston, the city of Houston. So I got that clip, and I want y'all to check it out. Here we go.
It's just my home, man. I'm a one stone type of guy, one place type of guy. And if I feel like I see myself here, and I feel like the city just, I don't know, like the love I got for the city, man, it's just, I can't really put a limit on it, because like they just welcome me full force. And like I feel I can be myself, I can be confident in being the person I am. And you know, when you can be that person you are and people love you for that, man, that's a different feeling. So I just love Houston for that, and I just want to do everything I can.
He got love for the city of Houston. I hated the fact that crew from Toyota Center crew, I don't know if it was the cleaning crew or whatever, started working while we were doing working too, talking to KPJ and making noise in the background and moving stuff. And, you know, I mean, almost like we need to put up a sign for media press conference in progress, you know, shh kind of thing. But yeah, but once again, KPJ shows and expressed his love for the city of Houston, his love for the fans. I think he was the last player introduced at today's Fan Fest, got much love, large, huge standing ovation, applause for him. So it's good for him. He really appreciates everything that the Rockets organization has done for him and continues to do for him. And he's going to, do whatever he can to bring a championship to the city of Houston and to the fans. So based on his comments, he wants to be here long term. So that should make all of y'all Rocket fans happy that he wants to be here long term. Somebody who I personally would be not really sure I understand if the Rockets, based on what my man Kelly Eco has said about Brother House, Mr. Denwell House, that the Rockets are considering, get your thoughts on this, considering signing House to an extension. My thought on that, why? I'm just really, why? You know, House has not played well. Did not play well in the preseason so far. He is going through some personal issues. I'll leave it at that. I've heard discussion about it. I don't think it's bad issues. It's just personal stuff, weighing on his mind. So I'm not sure if that is why he's struggled on the court. But I'm just not. I mean, my thing is if the Rockets can get an asset for him, they should do so, in a trade. And that's not personal, anything like that. This is business. This is basketball. This is business. If the Rockets can get an asset for House, they should do so. Not signing to an extension. I don't agree with that. I'm not the GM, so let's make it clear of that. A couple things y'all seem to. This is House's last year. Alpha G, yeah, this is his last year. He is a free agent next summer. So, he doesn't make a lot of money. Was it $3 million and some change, whatever else? A lot of money to us. well, speak for myself. A lot of money to me. I'm not sure about the rest of y'all, the family on here on the channel, but I wouldn't do that. Rockets signed Armani Brooks. Y'all should be thrilled with this. Many of you Brooks fans on here, Rocket fans, to a 4-year deal. First year is guaranteed. Fourth year has team option. Guarantees on the second and third year. So I'm, as a U of H alum, Armani's U of H alum, happy for him. I'm not sure he made a 3 last night against the Spurs, but if Eric Gordon is not healthy or doesn't play, Armani might be the Rockets' best 3-point shooter after Eric Gordon. What are your thoughts on that? But the Rockets signing Armani to that 4-year deal, first year guaranteed, just made it inevitable that they were not going to bring back or continue keeping Dante Exum on the squad. And they announced, well, they haven't sent out a press release, but NBA.com, NBA people, etc. Rockets have waived Dante Exum. So getting them closer to their roster max for the season. So basically Armani for Dante Exum. I think the coaches saw enough in Josh Christopher's performances so far, summer and preseason, to believe Josh can basically do the role that they wanted from Dante Exum. I was not going to expect Exum to play a lot of minutes this year. But Josh, we've seen it. Josh has good size, good build, has ability to attack the basket. Against the Spurs last night, he took some shots that I was like wondering, what are you doing? But he has a skill set to attack the rim, penetrate, drive and kick. Very good defender. So that's my thinking on that. Is Josh Christopher showed them enough that why keep Dante Exum? Non-guaranteed for Exum, so let him go. This is a question I'm not sure of. Thank you, Dre Fields, for asking it. I'm not sure if Josh Christopher is going to be in the rotation off the top of once the season starts. I think he's going to be in the G League. That depends. First, Eric Gordon can get healthy. For sure. I agree with this for sure. He's up and down. He's inconsistent. He's kind of wild with the ball, got to tighten up his handles and his decision making. Yes. But let's chalk that up to being 19 years old and learning how to play point guard in the NBA. So, but I think he will spend some time in the G League. I think you're going to see DJ Augustine and Eric Gordon be the veteran guards off the bench to solidify the rotation behind Scoot and Jalen. But yeah, Josh and Usman will be in the G League. Alpi won't be in the G League. I think some folks thought that would be the case, probably Summer League in Vegas. But based on everything, all of his production since then, no. Alpi's going to be in the rotation. I did not get a chance to ask Coach Silas if he's decided on how many minutes he wants to Alpi to play game in, game out. But I think it's safe to say Şengün has earned a spot in the rotation, a good 15, 20, 25 minutes a game. And we'll see how, let's not get carried away with that. We have to see how he performs in the regular season against teams who scout for him. Because that'll be a different, he'll have to adjust to that. He'll be fine once he adjusts to that because he can do it. But until that happens, until the games start and the regular season starts, it's something that he just has not done yet. But I'll say this. Like I said, Wise Citizens, Alpi, Daniel Tice is going to start being a starting lineup the first few weeks, months of the season. But I believe that Şengün and Christian Wood work better together than what we've seen so far between Christian Wood and Daniel Tice. Now, Tice is a veteran, so he knows the game. Obviously, he knows the game, obviously that. But I just think the longer this season goes, the more we'll see Şengün and Si Will on the floor together and see that production increase between the two of them. So I think that's going to happen. What do you think about this? Mario Salinas brings this up. He is the second person to have that comparison for Armani Brooks. Lou Williams. Thoughts on that? Armani's more of a three-point shooter, especially from deep range, than Lou will. I think Lou's got more shake and bake to his game and more handles, better handles than Armani. But if Armani got the time and could get to consistent production to be like Lou Williams, that'd be great for him and the Rockets. Going to that role. Just a little side note, during the skills part of today's Fan Fest, there was three players on divided in three teams. I had a Ryan Hollins team, a Mario Ellie team, and a Kaylee Griffin team. Armani was on the winning team, Kaylee Griffin team. Layup, three-point shot, and then half-court, mid-court shot. Armani's half-court jumpers were shots. Okay, they were just like pull-up jumpers for him. It wasn't like a run-up. It wasn't like a heave or a throw or a toss. It was just like a 47.5-foot jumper to him. So I'm just like, that's truly a logo three. That's half court. And he made it on part of the skills competition. I think he made it on his third try. Just like a regular jumper, It just happened to be a 47-foot jumper for Armani. And he even flushed one part of the drills as well. Threw one down with a dunk. So he has gotten stronger. We can see that. He himself and Coach Silas both agree that he still needs to improve his defense, individual defense and team defense. Got to do better than that, which doesn't matter now, but that is the main reason why I thought he should have gone back to U of H for his senior year a couple years ago, was to improve his defense and to help his overall game. But he's got a guaranteed contract at least for a year from the Rockets. So the time he spent since U of H, the hard work is paid off. He's got a one-year guarantee with his basically hometown team, the Houston Rockets. So good for him. The work paid off. This is me, Dre Fields. I think Jae'Sean Tate should start at the three. I'm not sure if Coach Silas feels that way. So that is, I'm not the coach. He may be leaning. It's either Tate or House. House did not play well enough in preseason for me to justify him starting at the three for the Rockets in the regular season. But he is, or at least he has proven or shown in the past, that he is a better three-point shooter. Reggie H, what's the name from the past? I haven't seen him forever, man. How you doing? Thank you for watching. We need to talk, man. But House, percentage-wise, there we go. Percentage-wise, is a better three-point shooter than Jae'Sean. Jae'Sean, I think, does a few other things better than House. So we'll see come Wednesday who Coach Silas starts at the three. He'll probably announce it pregame, and we'll find out against the Timberwolves if it's going to be Jae'Sean or House. I don't believe it should be Eric Gordon. That's just me. Eric Gordon to me should be coming off the bench. That's me. I'm firm on that one. EG should be coming off the bench as a six man. I'm just set on that. But House, he did look good in training camp. He did not look good in preseason though. So he's got to get better too. Well, The fans are popping in and out, and I'm grateful. Thank you for the comments. Truly appreciate it, and I'm always appreciative of everybody tuning into these Rocket Talks on the channel, on the YouTube channel and Facebook profile and the Facebook page. Sengun should be playing. Okay, let's go with that. How many minutes do y'all think Alpi should be getting? Let's go with that. I don't. Edgar, thank you for tuning in. We've touched on this a couple of times, and it's only been 30 minutes. This is great, back and forth. Sengun won't start the season yet. I think it's just a matter of time. He will start at some point this season. Tice will start versus Minnesota, as long as his knee holds up, and his knee looked pretty good today in the Fan Fest. I mean, he probably could have played last night, but why push it? All right, we got 25 minutes for Alpi. We got 15 to 20 from Alpha G for Sengun, 25 to 30 for Edgar, and then 20 for Y Citizens, all for Alpi. So 30, 30 seems kind of high, especially right now for him. But that's a matter of time too. Just not right now, October, November, and probably not December. But I think that's just a matter of time. I think 15 minutes from Alpi is minimum. I mean, unless he surprises us and it's completely overmatched and overwhelmed in the first few games that he plays. And I mean, that could happen because he's a rookie in the NBA, but based on what we've seen, what I've seen, I don't believe he's going to be overwhelmed. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to take some lumps. And I saw a few things, even though people say it doesn't happen, we all know it's not the case. He was the recipient of veteran calls going against him. Being a rookie, he did not get some calls from the referees. I'll just leave it at that. I think it's going to take some time for the ref to learn his game, learn how he plays, learn who he is, realize what he can do. So that's going to be a part of it as well. But yes, the Rockets have a keeper in Alperen Sengun, and I like what I've seen from Usman Garuba. I just don't like him playing defense on the perimeter so much with his hands. Okay, he does that too much. His lateral quickness is good enough that he can stay in front of the ball handlers by moving his feet. Stop reaching so much. Stop going for steals. You're going to get fouls called on you like that. The ref's going to call that on you until you develop that reputation that you can do that, and get steals like that. Don't do that right now. That's not going to work. That drives me nuts. That's me. That just drives me nuts. Don't do that. But one thing we saw from Alpi last night against the Spurs, his 3-point shot needs work, especially from the top of the key. He's not comfortable nor confident in that 3-point shot yet. Is it possible? Okay, I'm going to answer this, put it up there for everybody to see. Is it possible for John Wall to come back and play? Anything's possible. It's unlikely. I did see Coach Wall today at the Fan Fest. He did not participate in any of the activities, but he was with the team on the sideline. Coach Wall. Looking at him, it looked like Coach Wall has put on a few LBs too. So, sure, it's possible. I just don't believe it's going to happen. I think it's very unlikely. So, and this, we can talk about this as well. Jalen has looked uncomfortable. His offense, the way he catches the ball and shoots, it works for him, or it has worked for him, but it doesn't seem smooth. So that's what I'm seeing from his shot. He seems to catch it, and his release just seems kind of off. It doesn't. It seems the way he shoots is not, it's a scorer's form, not a shooter's form. So he has to work on becoming a better shooter, especially from 3-point range. I mean, he'll make some, but I think right now he's going to miss more than he makes. So he's got to work on that. Question here, and y'all are coming at with the questions a lot. Let me get on them. I agree with this. Rest missed some calls on RP. He was in position. Rookie, they didn't call him. They didn't call him in his favor. Armani getting more minutes. In place of who? Because if DJ and Eric are healthy, then he's not going to get all the minutes instead of them. Now, whether that I agree with that, y'all kind of know based on tuning in, watching these live streams. Outside of each of the Rockets, Coach Silas gives each of them freedom to focus and do a little bit of everything. So he delegates for all of them. Obviously, the kind of job works on the big men, but a little bit of them. Coach Weaver is defense, known for that, hollow passing. But I don't believe it's safe to say there's not like an associate head coach of defense title kind of thing for the staff. We may have different coaches focus on different aspects, but yeah, title-wise, no. I think, and I did ask Coach Silas this last night. Thank you for bringing this up as well. We saw a different Jalen Green in the second half versus the Spurs in the first half. Jalen attacked the basket more. He was more aggressive. Shot not falling. Go to the hole. Attack the basket. Break down the defense. And we can see, and he knows it, Jalen's got to get stronger, man. He is so slim. He's 19. He's slim. He's lightly built. He looks thin. He's going to get stronger. I'm kind of curious to see how much his weight, if at all, maybe a few pounds here and there, fluctuate up and down as the season progresses, as the Rockets go on road trips, if he's able to maintain his weight, maintain good eating habits and all those things with the travel, playing 4 games in 5 nights, 5 games in 7-8 days, the contact, will he be able to handle all that? But, Armani, and thoughts on that? Armani reminds Edgar of Luther Head. Armani has deeper range than Luther Head did, and I think Luther was a better defensive player than Armani. So that's interesting. So we got a Lou Williams and a Luther Head for Armani Brooks. Thoughts on that? Caleb Davis, let me ask you, let's discuss this. Let's discuss this right here. Better rotations, such as what? What would you like to see? Would you like to see him go to a 9-man rotation, 10, 8? What would you like to see? Past, let's say, happily, fortunately for the Rockets and Rocket fans, Eric Gordon's healthy, Daniel Tyson's healthy. Let's say starting 5 is going to be Scoot, Jalen Green, Jae'Sean, Tate, and for now, Tyson Seawood. That's the 5. Game in, game out. The bench would be Şengün, Eric Gordon. Then who? DJ Augustine, David Nwaba, Josh Christopher. So how deep you want him to go? So is he hands-on? He's hands-on. He talks to Jalen a lot. Keen investment. Yeah, he does talk to Jalen a lot, works with Jalen a lot. John Lucas works with him more. Luke works with the youngsters more. But see, my thing with this comment right here, Mario, is the rotation isn't kind of in flux because of the injuries, especially last year. I mean, what was it? 43 different lineups, 30 different, guys missed games, something like that. Hopefully the start of this, Eric and Tice's injuries aren't a harbinger of things to come, like injuries to come again this season. Hopefully that's not the case. But Coach Silas does not run a lot of set plays. But honestly, majority of NBA coaches don't run a lot of set plays. They'd rather not. That's, they work on a lot of things in practice, but they want to see the players think on their feet in the game and react. So we got 10-man rotation from Caleb and Wise. I'd be fine with that. I think that's what they really should do, because a 10-man rotation means the youngsters are playing. And I think that's what they need to do. Dre Fields, I see you. Eric Gordon for Malcolm Brogdon. Okay. How many minutes would Malcolm Brogdon play here for the Rockets? And would he just completely take Mr. Augustine's minutes away? And that's what you want. You'd want a three-guy rotation of Malcolm Brogdon, KPJ, and Jalen Green. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking? Say, hit me up with that. Follow me, answer that. My question for you there. But Coach Silas wants the Rockets to play fast. He wants them to react, to get the rebound, the defensive rebound, play good defense, finish the possession with a rebound of the missed shot, and run. DJ Augustine made a great point earlier this week. A lot of players, a lot of teams, a lot of fans want their teams to run more. DJ says it's not as easy as it sounds. And that is true. You got to play good defense first. The team has to miss the shot. You got to get the rebound. Then you got to run with a purpose and know what you're doing and pushing the ball up the floor. Do you want C. Wood doing that all the time? Do you want House to do that sometime, bring up the floor? Or do you want it only to be KPJ or only to be Jalen Green or a mix? Wall for Simmons, no. Not happening. No. I just, no. Not. Let's see come December. But no, John Wall for Ben Simmons, I don't see that happening at all. I think Ben Simmons trade talk will pick up in December. How did the Rockets mess up with Gerald Green? In what way? Gerald's foot injury was bad. I mean, it was bad. So, Gerald he couldn't, that foot limited him from being healthy. And Gerald's defense was not great. Gerald got lost in defense a lot, too much. So Gerald is an example, I think, of a great athlete relying too often on his athleticism rather than being in the right spots at the right time. So that's my take on that. But Gerald's a great dude. Going back to Gulf Shore Academy. Long time. Ooh, I'm old. Boy. But the Rockets need to run more. Their half-court sets need to pick and roll with KPJ, C. Wood, Jalen, C. Wood, high post with Alpi on the block. That's basically it. To be the 4 sets right there. Just, work off those 4 sets. That's enough. And then getting back to Coach Silas and plays, the best indicator of a really good coach is out of bounds plays and the execution of those. Baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds, and of course, after timeouts, the execution of those. Those are really the 3 great indicators of a great coach and the execution of his team. So that's part of all that. And all that involves time. And this is a great point. The Rockets need time to play together, need time to know where each other first. I think some of the Rockets, youngsters, are not sure where they're supposed to be on the floor all the time. And that's okay because they're new to this. They need to ask questions, ask the veterans, and then the veterans tell them, you're supposed to be here. This is your spot in this play. You're over here. Those kind of things. So that's part of being a rookie. It's part of being a youngster in the NBA. Rockets' last preseason game was last night, Ethan. They got waxed by the Spurs. Despite a double-double from Christian Wood and a double-double from Alperen Şengün. They lost by almost 30. So the games count starting on Wednesday, October 20th, first game on the road versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Caleb Davis, going to bring this up once again. You are correct. Free throw shooting. As a team, it's not just C. Wood. As a team, needs to improve. Alpi it's almost like the bad free throw shooting is contagious because everybody is missing free throws now. So that's got to change because it's an easier way to get points. You attack the basket, you're aggressive, go to the line, make free throws. See, I mentioned this moments earlier. I don't like his mechanics. Jalen Green's mechanics, I don't like them. It seems too what's the word I'm looking for? That's not smooth. It just seems too rough. It's just his catch point, his release point seem different. I say that because he's missing a lot of threes. If your form works for you and you're making a high percentage of your shots, and it may not be textbook, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broken, needs a tweak here and there, I think that could be the case for Jalen Green. You know, Armani's release, you wouldn't really teach based on how Armani holds his hand on is like that. It's almost, it's not his hand does not point to the basket, to the rim. It points over to the sideline. But that works for him. And Edgar, that's a good. Jalen, his shot is more of a push. It just doesn't seem. I think it'll become smoother as his legs get stronger, as he gets stronger in his upper body as well. It's just not a smooth motion for him right now. NBA threes, that's 23-9. That's a haul if you're not used to it. So I think that is going to be something he'll become better over time. So it's not an issue right now. One of my biggest concerns for Jalen and almost every other Rocket is the foul shooting. They work on it. I've seen them work on it. I've seen them go through the drills and all that. I've seen them make free throws in practice all day long. But practice is not real games. Y'all know that. So y'all want to see them making free throws in the games. Oh, how can I say this? Let me say this. This comment, people used to say things like arena depth perception or light bulb glare affects free throws. Other teams make them. It's mental. I'm just convinced on that because it's in your head. Once you miss a few, it gets in your head at the line. Oh man, am I gonna miss this? Is my form right? Should I be changing my form? Should I take a step back? Should I be doing what am I doing wrong? I don't want to miss this. It gets so bad. Some dudes, some players, I don't even want to be here at the line, man. Man, let me get away from this line. I don't want to be here at all, man. Here, ref, give me the ball, so I get away from it. I just want to shoot, get away from here, But that's when you got the yips, and you're really struggling from the foul line. But I heard this toward the end of practice, and this because the Rockets as a whole are poor free throw shooters right now. We all agree on that. I heard this comment. I'm not going to say the name of the player. And unfortunately, there's a lot of players to choose from. But player missed some free throws in practice. I really just missed one or two out of a line of them. I hope I'm not becoming Shaq. That's what this player said. So, and we heard it. We cracked up laughing. Me and Iko just died laughing. I'm not sure anybody else in the media heard it, but we heard it and we're just dying laughing. So I hope I'm not becoming Shaq. But like I said, because so many Rockets are missing from the line, y'all have a lot of people to choose from to wonder who said that. but man, oh man, we cracked up laughing on that one. But I hope not too, because that's a lot of bricks. You know, did you get to the Shaq answer of "I'll make them when it counts"? Okay, Shaq didn't make it when it counted all the time. So that's a Fusion. Take care what you got to take care of. No problem. Late here. Get it up there. So let me bring it up. Bring it up for tanking from Dre Fields. Armani Bates. You're new to this, Dre Fields. That's a new name. Not saying that's a name I'm not used to. But last week, it was Paolo Banchero. Previous week, might have been last week as well, was Jalen Duren. So, you know, tanking. In the Rockets case this year, I'm not sure it's going to be tanking because I'm not sure that they're going to be good enough game in, game out to win games. I just don't. I think they're going to lose because there's not enough talent yet. There are pieces, but not enough talent to get there. So Dre Fields, my first time seeing you this evening, you know, this evening compared to the previous one, so welcome. But I'm all for the Rockets getting another top four pick in next year's draft. That's my take. I don't want the Rockets. I don't think it's in their best interest long term to return to legit championship status season after season for a 4 or 5 year window if they get a mid first round pick. No. I think they need to get a top 3, top 4. Obviously, if you want get the top pick, but top 1, 2, 3, or 4 pick. That's what I think they need to do. So, see, I'm gonna watch Duke games to see him, Paolo Banchero, play. A lot of folks believe he's the best. He'll be the best player in college basketball this year. Not Chet Holmgren, not Armani Bates. You know, so him. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of his games, seeing Duke games because of him. But I think Paolo's a forward, and I think he's more of a 4 than a 3. But you know, talent's talent. If you're talented, the right coach is going to make you find a spot for you on the floor and just go get it done. You know, so yeah, I'm not really worried about that. You want the most talented, as many talented players as possible. Then we're about to fit later because the Rockets need more talented players. They don't have enough of those yet, and that is why they're going to lose more games again this year. How can we better develop KPJ? Jonathan asked. He's learned. He's trying to balance it. You know, he's trying to balance being a scorer, win the pass. It's gonna be a learning process for him. That's what he's trying to do. And Jonathan, I think I brought it up last week or maybe even Thursday. Folks talking sports. In Marcus 39, how you doing? Welcome. It doesn't matter now because what's done is done. But Jonathan and everybody tuning in, do y'all think that KPJ is better for this discussion at the 2? And the Rockets should have drafted Jalen Suggs, for the 1, and just have Scoot be at his, if you want to call it, his natural position, or his position he's more comfortable at the 2. But when it's done, it's done. He's going to be the Rockets' point guard. But do you think the Rockets should have done that instead? So, yeah, Kyrie not coming here. Don't see that happening. Wall, KPJ, I don't see it happening. You know, anything's possible, but I don't see that happening. You know, Coach Wall, long term, they're going to ask this. So Kingdom investment was Team Suggs. Mario asked me, long term, keep Jalen, KPJ, Seawood, Jae'Sean, Tate, Josh, Christopher, and Shingun. That's 6. I think most of that 6 will be here long term. I'm not sure all 6 will be here because there might be one of them might be needed to be in a trade to get someone better. So, you know, just saying that. You know, previous shows we kicked around the idea if the Rockets should sign Christian Wood to a contract extension. It was about 50-50. Some folks said yes, some folks said no. So, you know, the Rockets went to have to decide on that. Christian Wood's going to have to produce game in, game out. He's going to have to get the 20 and 12 numbers, make free throws, and impact winning. Because if he puts up numbers on a losing team, you know what does that accomplish? So, here's a thought here. And some folks, Dre Fields believes KPJ is better shooting guard. What are your thoughts on this comment? Seawood slows up and down the court, and that's killing the defense. I've noticed that, yes. I have noticed him and let me put it like this, a few too many Rockets slow to get back on defense. And it's not just Christian Wood. KPJ, I've seen that. House, seen him struggle. Jalen Green, I need to haul back, get down on the floor and match up. So they have been slow in transition defense. What's the point of being, if you want to play fast on offense, but you're getting beat on defense in transition? I mean, you got to get back. You got to hustle back. Defense is part of the game too. Racing back on defense is part of it as well. You got to do that. You just can't want to be just playing one side of the floor, because doing that, you'll be a losing basketball team. So many open threes. Okay. Rockets had good looks last night. Missed a lot of shots, a lot of threes, a lot of points a lot of shots in the paint. So they have shot takers. They need more shot makers. And Eric Gordon could help solve that problem. And James, this comment, being out hustled, cannot be a trait of the Rockets, because they are not an elite talent team. They cannot get by being out hustled. They can't win like that, game in, game out. I mean, they just can't. They will not give themselves the best chance at winning if they don't out hustle their opponents. Just can't do it. They just can't. That's my take on that. Okay. Here's an interesting one. I hadn't thought about this. Tubi can't afford all 6. That's why I don't think all 6 are going to be here. But yeah. Thoughts on this one? Jae'Sean Tate is the Rockets' best option at point guard. Interesting. Why do you say that? That's interesting, because Jae'Sean is not a true point guard, and true point guard is just that's a dying term in the NBA. It's hardly even used anymore. You want someone who can run the offense, get the players in the right spots, get them the ball in the right spots on time, and make sure they know where they're supposed to be, and things like that. So, but great comment here. You don't need to have a true point guard. You just need to have 5 people know where they're supposed to be and move without the ball with a purpose. Playing on offense, movement on offense is an art form. You got to know when to move, when to cut, where to go, read the defense. If you're standing still, if players stand still, all of us can guard them if they just stand still. Now, if they get the ball in the post, something, most of us are going to have problems defending them. But if they're just standing still, not moving, heck, we can do that. We can defend them doing that. That's nothing. I mean, yeah. One of the hardest players to defend in basketball is a player who's in constant motion. Move out the ball, move with a purpose. Don't just run around in a circle. Read the defense, make the defense react to your cuts, make the defense react to you. Because if you move to the basket and they have to help and keep you from getting the ball, then you open up a spot for a teammate on the perimeter. Move with a purpose. That's one thing. A lot of NBA teams don't do enough. Heck, a lot of college teams don't do enough. Move with a purpose. Jae'Sean, Tate, pushing the ball. He can do it. And that's another thing. The Rockets have players who can push the ball. Enough of them. A few of them. So, one or the other. Scoot does it some. Jalen's going to do it some. Christian Wood can show he can do it some. Jae'Sean can do it some. House can do it some. That's why they want to play fast. But part of playing fast is playing good defense and rebounding the missed shot. That's part of it. Got to play fast. And I think most of y'all agree you'd rather the Rockets play fast because of a defensive stop than playing fast after giving up a made bucket. So that kind of defeats the purpose. Yes, it looks impressive. Wow, they scored after a made basket so fast. But they gave up a bucket. What's defense is part of it too. You got to play defense. You got to be able to get stops. So that's my take on that. I don't want to see Jae'Sean Tate at the 1 full time. Don't want to see it. I just don't. I don't believe that's the best spot for him. He can do it in a pinch, but don't want to see him do that full time. And this. I don't want to see Tice pulling up from top of the key. Agreed. Don't want to see it. There are a few players who should be taking pull-up threes. Tice ain't one of those players. So know your shot, know what shots you can take, and more importantly, know what shots you can make. So he's got to be healthy. Get that knee right. Eric Gordon, get that ankle right. C. Wood, make your free throws. KPJ, make your layups. Jalen Green, be able to finish through contact at the rim. And at some point, he's going to get the fouls called on his drives. He did not get them in preseason. He just bigger guard just bodied him at the basket, and refs are like, get to the weight room, man. Sorry. You're not strong enough yet. Refs didn't care. So KJ Martin. More PT, wise citizens in place of who? I think he didn't play a lot in preseason as much as I thought he would. I think David shot a 3 last night. I think he did. I think it was off a driver kick from DJ Augustine. And I think he switched it. So, yeah, I think he did. So, if David Nwaba is healthy, whose minutes would KJ, whose spot would KJ take in the rotation? So that's the Rockets have, when they're healthy, they have good depth. They got to make shots. like I said, they need shot makers. Armani Brooks is the Rockets. If Eric Gordon is not healthy, which he says it will be, it's Eric Gordon and Armani Brooks as the Rockets 3-point shooters. That's it. Reliable 3-point shooters. C. Wood could be better. House could be better. Scoop could be better. Jalen could be better. Jae'Sean needs to be better. DJ, might probably say Gordon, Armani, DJ. So, I don't know. I don't think Jae'Sean's brother got any run before he was let go. Armani has a 6-man. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. No. His defense needs to improve. For that, he's working on it, but not yet. Especially as long as Eric Gordon's here, no, Armani's will not take over that role yet. A second unit of Josh, Christopher, Armani, KJ, and Usman. Who would be the fifth person in that, Edgar? That's not bad. It's very young. Athletic. Who'll be the fifth person that will be fun to watch? You saw bits and pieces of that in the blowouts. Help them come back a few times during this preseason. See, that was true. Marcus 39. Rockets need to see it again. Need to see it this year. House struggled in preseason. The games count now, starting on Wednesday. Maybe House will return to lighten it up. If he does, that will help the Rockets. But, excuse me, what are your thoughts on more minutes for House, more minutes for EG, more minutes for Augustine? Is that a good thing for the Rockets' longer-term development? What are your thoughts on that? The more they play, is that a good thing? If they start winning because those three vets play more minutes, but the youngsters are playing less, it may result in more wins. Short term, is that a good thing? Give me your thoughts on that. Eric Gordon to Milwaukee. Eric Gordon, I think, will be traded, but Eric Gordon needs to get healthy. He has to stay healthy. If I'm another NBA team, got to see that first. House. These last two comments about House. This is what Rocket fans are saying about House. That House is a trash vet. This one, House needs to be traded. He's horrible. He struggled in the preseason. He did not play well. And like I said, maybe that is partly to do with what his personal issue that's going on. Maybe that's what it is. It was weighing on his mind, and it impacted his game on the court. That could be it. I heard about what it could be, but I'm not going to mention that. That's for him to make public. So I'm pretty sure about what it might be, but I'm not going to do that. But Jalen Green is the future GOAT. Welcome. I'm not sure. I know we've hit a high, I think, in the most, what is the number, the metric? Simultaneous viewers so far on this Rockets Talk than the previous ones. Appreciate that. I guess I got to do better than this. I mean, got to promote myself and plug my work and the Houston Roundball review. And some of y'all don't know this, been around that long, probably older than some of y'all have been on this planet. And where is my planet Earth person? I haven't seen him on here with his comments from Earth. Tune in on, come with that. So local name, global perspective. That's right, since 1994, but I'm adapting to technology and doing live stream shows and being on with Jackson Gallen on Locked On Rockets. If you haven't checked that out, we did that Wednesday. Available on podcast and is on the Locked On Rockets YouTube channel. But y'all are here now on the Houston Roundball Reviews YouTube channel, and much appreciated. And we'll say it to y'all, Sengun will be Rocket Savior. Could happen in due time. Support the Houston Roundball Review channel. If there are any ways to do it, support the Houston Roundball Review. I got the link, got an affiliate with Fanatics. Go to the website, HoustonRoundballReview.com. Got links to the Jalen Green Rocket jersey. You can buy that jersey. I do earn a commission on that. Commission. All that stuff adds up. That's the way to help out the Houston Roundball Review. Support the Roundball Review channel. The stickers, the thank you button on the channel, different ways. Just real talk with that. But we're going to got some folks, new people who joined us on the show. Going to play another clip from Scoot from today after the Fan Fest. And this is, I think, a question from Big Sarge, Brian Bearfield, Cody Davis, and maybe even Chronicles Jonathan Fagan, I think. But just check it out.
You mentioned the love that you felt when you ran to the court, but going over there, sign autographs, and everybody shouting your name and stuff. Like, you know, that's the personal interaction you guys haven't had for a while. What does that mean to see that up in your face?
Yeah, like fans bring a whole different atmosphere to this game. Like we need them. Like you heard it from the King James himself. Like fans is everything to us, and it just makes everything better. The atmosphere, the energy, the boos, the highs, everything. Like I'm that keeps me motivated. If I hear someone booing me, all right, I got something for y'all. If I'm home and I feel the energy, like I'm feeding off of them. So like the fans and the love that we have, and being able to have them back in the arena this year is going to be a huge change. So we definitely love it.
Preseason is over now, and you're getting ready to start the regular season, and you're going to start the regular season as the starting point guard, as the leader of this team. What does that mean to you?
Man, it's a blessing to be in this position, and I just got to steady work and keep it consistent, keep my confidence high, keep my head level so I can lead this team.
Appreciate that. Wise Citizens, the comment here, appreciate that. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I really do. It's much appreciated. I feel the love from y'all greatly. And these Rocket talks are fun to do. I enjoy them and going to do them. Speaking of that, I have not seen Brandon on this talk so far. But he's a big fan, a part of this as well. But thank you very much for tuning in. Try to do these at least once a week. Now the games are about to be hot and heavy. Going to try to get in where I fit in. So y'all just keep tuning in to the YouTube channel and post them in the community section. But yes, thank you very much. I appreciate the comment about the great content. I got more in store. I got something in the works. It's not Rocket related, but it is an interview conversation that I'm working on lined up for next week. Y'all might be surprised. Some of y'all know one of these people that I'm working to get. And his goal is to get to the league. That'll be a hint. So let me see. Line up here. Let me put this up here. Best lineup. JC. That's interesting. Josh Christopher, Jalen Green, Jae'Sean Tate, Alpi, and Usman. When do you want to see that lineup? Down the stretch, now, in the future, a year from now, 2 years from now? When do you want to see that lineup? Appreciate it, Jalen. It's here. A whole bunch of stuff. A lot of content, Rocket content on this channel. Not all Rockets, because the Houston Roundball Review covers the Cougars basketball teams, Big 12. Got that coming up this week in a few days. The NCAA, men's and women's basketball. So more content, but I'm working on it. I'm not going to announce who it is, but I'm working on an interview lined up in a few days. So hope that happens, and it'll be posted on this channel. So let me go back to the question. Saw no speed when Silas says that's what he wants. Why is that? Well, I'm going to go back to what DJ Augustine said. You got to know how to run. It's easy to say you want to run. You got to know how to do it. I'm not sure how many of the Rockets know how to do it effectively. That's a problem. They're going to learn how to do it. They will learn how to do it as this season progresses. I am choosing to believe Alperen Şengün. He said last night through his translator that he will work to get better every game and his teammates will get better every game. That's what I'm choosing to believe. And one thing I have noticed in the little bit of practice that media is allowed to see, and I think I could see it during the games as well, Alpe's English is coming along, okay? His basketball English, let's go with that, is coming along. So he's getting more and more comfortable with his teammates. And as that continues, I think you'll see his game just continue to get better and blossom. The lineup down the stretch. Okay. Well, that's not going to be this year because Usman is not ready for that. Not yet. Just not ready for that. Offensively and probably not even defensively. And so, no. But eventually, I could see that. Josh, Christopher, Jalen, Jae'Sean, Alpe, Usman. Let me say this to y'all, everybody tuning in. I'm all for the Rockets letting the youngsters play as much as possible. That's what I want. But if that happens, that's probably going to result in a lot of losses. Are y'all good with that? See? Okay. Comment right here. Koyo Falcon says, hate to say it, but KPJ is not a true point guard. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's too late. The Rockets have decided that he is the Rockets point guard. He has to learn how to balance being a scorer and a passer. I'm relying on Hightower again, DJ Augustine. It's hard being an NBA point guard, being a good NBA point guard. KPJ is learning how to do that, learning how to be an NBA point guard. It's not easy. Not everybody can do it. So he's learning on the job to do it. So great point. KPJ's court vision needs a lot of work. And court vision, Alpe has court vision. Would y'all agree on that? I'll ask you that. Do y'all think Alpe's court vision is better than KPJ's? And Alpe's not a point guard, but he can play that high post. And he sees things I think, unfortunately, some of his teammates don't see. So what are your thoughts on that? Put him in the high post. But Scoop's going to figure it out. He's got time. He wants to be here. Long term, he said that. And I think I'll play that clip again. He wants to be a Rocket. He loves the city. He loves H-Town. He loves the fans. So it's going to happen. KPJ is a scorer. He's not a true point guard. In today's NBA, besides, I was just about to bring up his name. Other than CP, how many true point guards are there in the NBA? Dame's a scorer. Ja Morant is probably more of a true point guard, but what do folks want Ja to do? Become a better outside shooter. John Wall is a coach. You mean Coach Wall? Coach Wall. Coach Wall is going to help KPJ That's what Coach Wall, his role is going to be this season until the Rockets find a place for him. Rubio. Yes. But again, what do folks say about Rubio? Rubio needs to become a better shooter, out, perimeter shooter. So that's where we are. I mean, folks consider Steph Curry a point guard. Really? Steph is a shooter. Old man, and look who you're naming. We're naming old veteran NBA players, NBA guards. CP, Kyle Lowry, Rubio. That generation is almost gone. So this is where the NBA is going. Coach Wall. No, Ronan. That's not correct. Coach Wall was with the Rockets today at the Fan Fest. I've seen Coach Wall at practice. So Coach Wall is here. He's just not going to play in games, but Coach Wall is here. So, it's just a different that Rocket Wall situation, man, oh man. Trae Young is today's point guard. Trae shooting deep. He gets assists, but he gets shots and scores too. Ish Smith can't shoot like Trae Young. Ish Smith, that's one of Ish's problems. One of the main reasons why Ish has bounced around the NBA and played for so many teams. He's never been a great, consistent 3-point shooter. But he's quick with the ball. He's lightning fast with the ball. So it's different. Mason Jones, you just being funny now. Mark Price ain't been around, ain't been in the league forever. It's been 1,000 years, so, but you're seeing where we are with the Rockets, with the NBA and true point guards. Ben Simmons is their name. I don't see Ben Simmons being a Rocket anytime ever. Mark Jackson, Mason Jones is not going to be a coach in the NBA. Again, not happening. It just ain't gonna happen. Just not gonna happen. And y'all know why. So come on, y'all. We're gonna have to get in all the other conversation. But yeah, Coach John Wall, Coach Wall, as I mentioned earlier in the show, saw him today. Looked like Coach Wall has put on a few extra lbs. Just an observation. I was across the court where I saw him. No, I'm not giving up on Stephen Silas. No, I'm not. No. And I don't believe Tillman will either because of the money left on his contract. The Rocket players have told us that they love the offense. They love the play calls that Coach Silas does run for them. Although they say all the right things to us, media, us. Now it has to result in wins. First things first, they got to be healthy, stay healthy to get an idea of who can do what long term. But no, not giving up on Stephen Silas, even if they, and I think, only win 20 to 25 games this year. Get one more. Eric, Brandon, where you been? You are late. Where you been? Even if they win 25 games this year, but they get another high lottery pick for next year's team, then they need to start winning. The win needs to improve. Then I believe the heat needs to be turned up on Coach Silas next season, not this season. So, Brandon Thomas, I hope you've had a chance to check out the videos on the YouTube channel, especially KPJ's comments to us after the Fan Fest, which was pretty well attended by Rocket fans. Tyler Bay does not, I think, will be. No, Brandon, man, don't worry about that, man. No problem at all. Take care of the family. Spend time with family. Family's all we got. Tyler Bay, I think, will probably be a Viper. Just not in the cards. I've seen Armani Bates play. I've had people I trust believe Armani Bates. Armani's going to be the point guard of Memphis this season. We'll see how he handles that. We'll see how he handles, and heaven help him, Larry Brown get in his ear day after day after day about what an effective point guard does. Because Larry Brown is hard as hell on point guards. Point guards, Larry Brown is just vital to Larry Brown. I mean, he's just death on point guards. So if he does not break Imani Bates mentally, and Imani learns from Larry Brown's coaching, that'll only help his game and help him get ready for the NBA. But Imani's, because of his birthday is in January, he won't be eligible for the NBA draft until 2023, if I got that right. So no. I think Stephen Silas has at least 2 more years. Not after this year. No, just don't. Koyo Falcon, I got the Rockets win 21 games. 21-61. Brains 21-25 wins. Brandon Thomas has 33 wins. I don't see that happening. 33 is too high. 33 ruins, I think, the chances of winning a high lottery, getting a high top 3, top 4 pick. That's too many wins. There you go, Brandon. You're consistent. I respect that. But I just don't see that. I'm going to play again a clip from earlier from Scoot KPJ talking about the Rockets rookies' dancing skills and a few other comments. My question was about the dancing skills, but I think a question from Jonathan Fagan about the amount of layups he missed versus the Spurs. And just check out the clip. Here we go.
I never in my life missed that many layups, so it was wide open layups. That's on me. Those is gonna go down. I'm not worried about it. My team's not worried about it. They know that it's just one of those days. So I'm gonna shoot them again every time.
What are your thoughts on the rookies dancing?
Horrible. I'm the best dancer, so I critique every dancer in here that's trying to dance. Saying they don't got no gig. It's like, JG and Gov got something. They got some rhythm. If you got rhythm, that's half the battle. So, just at least know the beat and feel the beat.
Horrible. KPJ said, Jalen Green was a good dancer. And let me say, I'm old as dirt. So what they were doing today on the court, part of their dance battle, I was like, what is this? What are these youngsters doing? But, okay. They had fun. The fans liked it. Coach Silas was asked his thoughts, if he thought about participating. And Coach Silas showed his age, talking about, y'all don't want me dancing. My days doing Running Man and Roger Rabbit are over. So, those days are past. So today was just fun. It was fun for the players, fun for the coaches, the handful of media there. We enjoyed it. So, it was, the fans enjoyed it. That was the most important thing. So it was just good to get out, enjoy the game, and just have some fun with the fans and teammates. So that's what that was all about. But watching them, they are confused. The Rockets youngsters are really confused. Last night I saw a couple of times the spacing was just bad. Had 3 guys basically in the same spot too many times. Got to fix that. You got to know where they're supposed to be. It's going to take time. And that's what I'm trying to get to convey to y'all, the fans. It's going to take time. There's going to be times this year where the youngsters look like world beaters. But I believe those will be few and far between. There's going to be more times when the fans are questioning, what are they doing? What the hell was that? Are they being coached? Are they learning anything? What, all that. Y'all are going to say that a lot. Brandon Thomas and any other fans who have joined within the last few minutes, I brought it up earlier, but I want y'all's thoughts. Did y'all watch the game? Did y'all hear Ryan Hollins and his pronunciation of some of the Rocket players last night during the broadcast? Did y'all catch that? Man, come on, Ryan. Do better, man. You got to do better. You are part of the organization. You are part of the broadcast team. You need to know how to pronounce the players' names. You should not be butchering names of Danuel House, of Alperin Şengün. Come on. You can't do that, Ryan Hollins. Do better. You know, I haven't, and I'm not going to spend time on it. If I find out about it, I find out about it. But I'm not going to go investigate how Ryan ended up from the West Coast to the Rockets. So I'm just not. That's right, Brandon. You watch the game on mute, so you don't want to hear. Well, you missed out on the comedy in the first half, because first half Ryan was in rare. Well, I hope it's rare for him because whoo, boy, I was disappointed because he just did not do a good job in pronouncing the names of the Rocket players, and as part of the home team crew, he has to do better. So hopefully between now and Wednesday, start of the regular season for the Rockets, he learned how to pronounce the names. Do better. And see, I don't know. This is the question right here. I do not know how the Rockets ended up with Ryan Hollins. Don't know. Haven't heard. And, you know, some folks pushed for me to replace Ryan Hollins on last week's show. You know, so well, like I said, if we can talk about money. We can talk. If the check's good, I'll look into it. I'll consider it. But that'll be for next season, because right for this season, we're gonna have Rocket Talks here on the YouTube channel, and we're gonna have fun doing it this way, talking about the Rockets. So that's my take on all that. Excuse me. Bull's enjoying his role in personnel in the front office. He's doing that. He's enjoying that. Hopefully I get a chance to talk to him at some point at a game, home game this season. You know, just chopping it up with him. Nothing really on the record. Just talk some stuff with him. But you know, that's just fun with all that. But Ron Hollins is an interesting choice. And let me put it like this. I have not heard anyone defend Ryan Hollins and say he's doing a good job. So far, the comments that I've heard, seen, no one likes the job Ryan's doing. So, you know, I guess the most positive I've heard so far is he'll get better. Okay. Well, we shall see about how it all plays out. You know, so I mean, it is. I'm not gonna say it because I don't wish ill will on him. But last night, I did not like the job he did last night. I'll just say it like that. So, I mean, and see, you just got to keep an open mind. That's all we can do is keep an open mind. And I choose to believe that the organization has heard from fans their displeasure about Ryan Hollins' performances during the broadcast. Wouldn't y'all agree with that? I mean, I assume y'all aren't just telling me and Jackson Gatlin about this, that y'all are tagging the Rockets Twitter account or emailing them or something to let them know how you feel about Ryan Hollins' performances on these broadcasts. Because, you know, telling us doesn't really only gets y'all so far. Yep, I know Ryan was on Jackson's podcast. I haven't listened to it yet. So y'all tell me how he did. I doubt it. Did Jackson ask Ryan if he's heard about the negative criticism from people? I don't know about that. Yeah, Clyde's busy. I don't see Clyde's playing golf and being commissioned the big three. And he likes it like that. So let Clyde be Clyde doing that. So, all right, people. Rockets, Timberwolves, Wednesday. Rockets on the road. Y'all want to give predictions? Do you care? Will the Rockets start out 1-0? Or they start out 0-1? What do y'all say? Hit me up, KDC, Brandon. What do y'all say? Will the Rockets beat Minnesota on the road? What do y'all say? Hit me up, Brandon. What do you say? Will the Rockets be 1-0? James says 1-0. I like Craig. Craig does a great job. Has done a very good job for years. But okay, you kind of hedging here, KDC, with this answer. We might lose, but so long as they show improvement. I just want to know if you think the Rockets will be 1-0 or 0-1. That's all. It's not life or death. Do you think they'll win? Do you think they'll lose? That's all. And then they got OKC Friday. So Mason Jones, Rockets win. Okay, so I 1-0. Oh, Brandon getting all fancy. He going 1-0 and a score. Okay, see, Brandon, I didn't ask you all that. Give me a score, but okay, I'll take that too. All right, 1-0. Jalen Green is the future GOAT, says 0-1. Alpha G says 1-0. So, all right. I don't know how to pronounce what is this? Pretty-eyed. Ooh, that's a lot to say. Pretty-eyed pits on. That's too much for me. My old ass to catch up on all that. 1-0. Okay. EM 0-1. So, but more 1-0s than 0-1. That's fair. That's cool with that. I'm good with that. Yeah, I can say Tony. Appreciate that. I can say Tony. I'm good with that. Thank you very much. So, all right, one last time. As I do, I think I'm going to make a tradition on the show. These are Rocket Talks. Where y'all from? H-Town, neighborhood, city, state, some case, country. Hit me up. Where y'all from? I haven't seen Marty Marty. It's 2 shows in a row. I'm beginning to be concerned. I have not, I hope he's all right. But appreciate this. I really do. Thank you very much for these kind words. I really do. And keep in mind, I'm not, as I said in the little intro vid on the channel, I am not a Rockets fan. Okay? I cover the Rockets. I'm objective. If the Rockets stink, I'm going to say so. If they do well, I'm going to say so. So we got H-Town, Antoine Road. All right, H-Town. H-Town. Clutch City, H-Town. North Carolina. All right, ATL. Cool. H-Town. All them area codes. Boy, yeah, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 5 area codes. Yeah, that's about right, Brandon. Do I like Cade? Yes. Would like Cade if he were healthy. Get his ankle right, because he didn't play it off in preseason for the Pistons. So he might play in the home opener, well, the season opener for Detroit, and he might not. But what's the rush there? Got to get him right, because he's the franchise for the face of the franchise for Detroit. So, and they're going to lose a lot of games this year too, and they should, because they're not in a rush to be good this year either. All right, so it's like the farthest we got was North Carolina. So no Morocco this evening, or no Turkey. Or they might have already tuned out. Appreciate it as always, Brandon. Thank you. I hope you did not cut your family dinner short and kick everybody out to participate in the chat. But thank you for tuning in. It's always good that you're here. Rockets Detroit, November 10th. The only I think ESPN game for both teams this season. Right? I think that's right. Rockets host the Pistons on November 10th at 6:30 Central Time. I think that's right. Okay, so y'all already at 8, so you just late. Oh, okay. All right. You just told on yourself, B. It's all good. But all right, Alpha G, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And like I said, if y'all haven't already caught my appearance on Jackson Gatlin's Locked on Rockets podcast, it's on Locked on Rockets YouTube channel. Jackson and I met at U of H when he was a student there working at the Daily Cougar, and I was covering U of H basketball. So we've hooked up. So we're going to try to do out from work on a few other things this season. We'll try to get him on one of these live stream shows, get his schedule to match up. So working on that. So we got some things going on. Oh yeah, Rockets in Detroit. First matchup is in November. Second matchup is in the middle. I want to say December 11th on a Saturday. No, December 18th. Saturday at 11 in the morning. I have no idea why. 11 a.m. Saturday in Detroit. Hopefully I'll be in Fort Worth for the U of H Oklahoma State basketball game. But we'll see about all that. Going to wrap it up. Turkey Leg Hut. Nakia Price. U of H alum. Played ball at U of H. I'm old because I covered when Nakia was at U of H playing ball. So I'm old. So yeah. It's all in the family, man. All in the family. Appreciate the love, family. So, it'd be 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Saturday in Detroit, December 18th, Rockets Pistons. Yes. Okay, Brandon, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for the kind words to everybody. We should be good for the next 2 Saturdays for live stream shows. 7 p.m. Central Time on the 23rd and the 30th. 30th, shouldn't be a problem. U of H announced they're having a red and white scrimmage for the men's basketball team, but that should be before the football game. So they're waiting on the time to be announced for the U of H SMU football matchup. So I don't think it's going to be before that rather than after that. So we should be good for next Saturday, October 23rd, and the Saturday following that, October 30th at 7 p.m. for our next Rocket Talk. Then after that, stay tuned because we'll see. Because it might get a little bit iffy and inconsistent about Saturdays, Sundays, whatever. But thank you as always for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the YouTube channel because you'll get info on this community tab. I'll post updates and some news about the Rockets, waves, transactions, clips to the videos, things like that. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Support the channel. Visit the website as well. I'm doing more and more videos than writing, but trying to get a balance on that as well. Because oddly enough, college hoops is more my domain, but the Rocket fans give me more love than the college fans do. So I'm going to go with the love is. And that's with the Rockets. So here we are. So once again, thank you very much for everybody. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. See you next Saturday. Peace.